again and again. And then I'd say, okay, I've got that. And subhanAllah, I just remember, like one morning, I remember I used to commute from Clapham Junction to Victoria, and then from Victoria I'd go to the city where I used to work at the time. And I remember I was going across the River Thames and reading, I sort of remember sitting, because I was sitting right next to the window. I sort of remember it really distinctly. And for some reason, it wasn't that crowded that day. So I sort of remember sort of bits and pieces of this. And I was reading this translation of the Quran, and I looked out of the window at the sort of greeny gray River Thames, looked back and said to myself, if I have ever read a book that is from God, this is the one. And I guess that for me, that was my moment. That was my moment that I realized that this was the truth. This was something that was from God. And, I guess that was that really was the beginning of my journey of being a Muslim, because that same night I went back and I started praying. I didn't know how to pray exactly, but there's some things in the Quran about bowing and prostrating. And I remember that our, cook, Ibrahim, may Allah rest his soul, may Allah give him Jannah, may Allah lighten his grave. He was this beautiful guy. I remember when we lived in Egypt, I used to see him praying, because he used to pray, mashallah, really regularly, all the time. SubhanAllah, when the adhan came, he would pray, and we'd see him praying. So I remember sort of what he used to do. And I knew something about wudu because it's in the Quran. I'd read it there. And so just like I sort of was making my own prayers. I didn't really know much about the times of prayers, except again, like what I had read in this translation. So I didn't know any details, but I was just sort of doing whatever I could, right, according to what I had, could figure out. And I was just sort of started praying like this, and asking God for forgiveness and praising God and stuff in my prayers and, whatever. And so, I mean, it was really the Quran. There were, of course, many, many other things. It wasn't like only the Quran. Like, like I mentioned, Ibrahim, the cook, and his manners and how he was, that like had an impact on me. In fact, generally seeing how the Muslims were in Egypt had a big impact on me as well. So there were different things that really, did affect me and have an impact on me. But the main thing, without doubt, was reading a translation of the Quran. And that's why, like, from my own anecdotal personal experience, I can say that certainly one of the most powerful things, if not the most powerful thing, is that a person could take the book of Allah and read it, or the translation of the book of Allah, right? And so what could be better, really, if you think about it? Like, whatever words we can give, whatever explanation we can give, like, surely what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said is going to be way better than that. SubhanAllah. And there's a verse in the Quran, maybe Musa can remember it. I'll have to look it up, inshallah. But the meaning of this verse says something like that, something along the lines that all we ask of you is that you take this book either on yourself or in pairs, or two or three of you, and you reflect upon it. SubhanAllah. And really, this is a real beautiful challenge. Like, there's a few things, like, I guess we could really use the Quran a lot more in our dawah. Almost you could probably have a way of giving dawah, just saying to people, read this book and why you should read this book and how you should read this book. It was really interesting. I was on this, on this platform. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, everyone's heard of it, called Clubhouse. And there was this sister there who was a Jewish convert to Islam. And what she does, interestingly enough, is she gets people to read the etiquettes of seeking knowledge. There's some book, I don't remember what the book was, because she just mentioned the etiquettes of seeking knowledge. She actually gets people to read this first, right? And then encourages people to read the Quran afterwards, which is quite interesting, because it sort of preps people about, like, because that's quite important. And I think was it Fahad who was mentioning, or Dr. Mustafa who was mentioning that, it's, or maybe it was you, Musa, sorry, I don't know, bro, but it was like, how you approach the Quran is really important, right? If you approach the Quran with an open heart, with a sincere heart, with an open mind, ready to, you just want to know the truth, it's very different. Although, subhanAllah, I know someone also a Jewish girl, by the way, who was a sort of, self-declared, full-on Zionist. She'd gone to a kibbutz and all this type of stuff. And she had decided she was going to read the Quran because she wanted to fight the Muslims and she wanted to use the Quran against them. And so she actually went to the Quran with this. This was in her mind. And when she read it, she realized that it was from Allah, and mashallah, she became Muslim. So, brothers and sisters, listen, this is the Book of Allah. We have an amazing translation by Dr. Mustafa Khattab, and it's amazing from the point of view is that it's readable. Mashallah, he's talked many times about what his journey to translate this, to make this translation. I think 100 people were involved, which just shows you, mashallah, you can do things by committee sometimes. I'm not a fan of doing things by committee myself, but mashallah, the result is good. And alhamdulillah, I think the main thing, it's really readable in, sort of, you could say, modern English. And so brothers and sisters, please, so far the donations have been amazing. Literally, brothers and sisters, as many, like if you donate for 20,000, 30,000 Qur'ans, and it's like it's £1 a Qur'an, so mashallah, and that's just for the printing of it. The distribution is going to be for free. So so basically, brothers and sisters, if you donate 20,000, 30,000, if you donate 100,000, 500, we can distribute as many Qur'ans as you want to donate. Because I don't think there's a limit to it. The first for people to get hold of the Quran is, subhanallah, really, there's a lot. And that's a shame on us to think about it, to think that there are people out there who would love to have a translation of the Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either they don't know where to get it, maybe they've never even thought about it until someone encouraged them. Have you read the Quran? And subhanallah, we're just not doing our job, brothers and sisters, if we don't make it available. So alhamdulillah, for all of your efforts, for all of your donations, keep them coming. If you can't afford a donation, why not just share? And it doesn't matter. Even £2 is 2 Qur'ans. £2 a month is 2 Qur'ans a month. Well, mashallah, if you do that over a year, that's 650 Qur'ans, or more than that, right? So the 730 Qur'ans, right, in a year, subhanallah. So if you keep that going for a few years, imagine how many Qur'ans, and that could be passed on generation after generation. It may not be that, just one person reads that Quran. It may go to 2 or 3 or 4 people. It may go to someone and their kids, and you never know who's guided by it, brothers and sisters. So, mashallah, keep those donations coming so we can do this amazing work, fulfilling, your fard, our fard, all of our fard, to make the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the highest. So, brothers and sisters, may Allah bless you. And over to you, Musa.
Jazakumullahu khairan, Sheikh. Brothers and sisters, mashallah, tabarakallah, Sheikh Abdul Rahim, he gave an in-depth, understanding regarding, what we're fundraising for, related to what we're fundraising for today, alhamdulillah. So just to update you once again, we are raising funds for the Clear Quran, distribution of the Clear Quran to non-Muslims. It's £1 per Quran, okay? £1 per Quran. And so far, we have reached £13,700, which is 13,700 Qur'ans. So brothers and sisters, we still have a chance, inshallah. Our target is 15,000 Qur'ans, inshallah. So we are £1,300 away. £1,300 away. Now this, in the words of Subur, is not a lot of money. Okay, one person can donate this. Okay, one person can donate this amount. 2 people can come together and donate £650 each, right? So it's very, very easy to get to, inshallah, brothers and sisters. And look, I know that some people, perhaps they may save some money for Ramadan. They may go into Ramadan prepared to donate to different causes. This is an amazing cause. Why should you donate to this cause? Well, the reason why you should donate to this cause is because Firstly, it could be an opportunity of sadaqah jariyah for you, an ongoing charity. If someone becomes a Muslim by reading this Quran that you donate, or these Qurans that you donate with your money, you will inshallah get the reward for every single good deed that that person does going forward. Also, my dear brothers and sisters, we know that this is the month of the Quran. So what an amazing time to help facilitate people understand, right, the words of Allah. What an amazing time to do that, inshallah ta'ala. Also, how do we distribute these Qur'ans? These Qur'ans are completely free for these non-Muslims. Completely free. We give these Qur'ans to these non-Muslims, and we give it to non-Muslims who we engage in da'wah conversations with, who are interested in Islam, people who want to receive a Qur'an, people who may perhaps message us and say, look, I'm interested in Islam, I would like a Qur'an. Okay, so see, these are some of the categories of people that we deal with, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So if you'd like to get involved in this cause, please donate what you can. And I'd like to repeat the hadith that I mentioned earlier. لا تحقرن من المعروف شيئا. The Prophet told us, do not belittle any good deed. Okay, do not belittle any good deed. Why? Because subhanAllah, if we think about it, it could be the smallest deed. It could be the smallest deed that gets us into paradise. This is just a reflection on my side, subhanAllah. So my dear brothers and sisters, this is an amazing opportunity for all of us, and these opportunities are not necessarily there throughout the year. What do I mean by that? We're not always fundraising for Qur'ans on YouTube and IRA live streams and doing this type of stuff. Okay, this is an opportunity that you have in Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala. So guys, let's get it going, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm going to pass it over to my brother Isa, who has sat down.
It's Sabur. Jazakallah khair for that, Musa. Sabur, quickly with the cameras on. Wake up. Brilliant. Alhamdulillah. So we're almost at, I think, 13,800, which means we only have the final 1,200 remaining. Guys, let's finish this as quick as possible, inshallah, right? Let's just start it now. The first person who can start it, inshallah, who can motivate everyone to reach this last 1,200? Who will be the next person who gives us £100, or someone who just gives £1,000, right? And helps us get very close to finishing, inshallah. Let's see. Go to live.ira.org/1. It's very, very simple. £1 for one Quran, one translation of the Quran that will be given out to non-Muslims all over UK, inshallah. We always run out these Qurans, and it's the month of Ramadan, the month of the Quran. We're fundraising for these translations and giving out, inshallah. Please donate, inshallah. Guys, as soon as that first £100 comes in, let me know. We're going to have the biggest takbir, inshallah, and then we're going to go straight to £1,300 from there, inshallah. Sabur, 13,700 Qurans.
That's nothing. It's nothing. You know, Sheikh Ahmed Deedat, rahimullah, he used to say the dawah has no budget. Yeah. And we literally need to think like that. There are so many people out there, and I know there's people out there who are rich and who may have Amazon businesses and this and that. We just need the average person. We just need the average Joe. We just need the average Musa, right? There's no average Musa, mashallah. Each one is exceptional. What it is we want people to know about the truthfulness of Islam. Now, it's worth mentioning again. Now, this is very important. We've been mentioning this throughout the night. We don't want people to go down the rabbit hole or the lizard hole of misconceptions. Does the Quran call me this? Does it call me that? Does the Quran lead to terrorism? No. We want people to actually read the book of Allah for the very purpose that it was sent, which is guidance for mankind, which is how they can get away from materialism, from this hedonistic lifestyle, to a direct relationship with the Lord of the worlds, a relationship that's based upon love, hope, fear, trust. This is what we want people to do. We don't want them to go, and that's why we've got such an amazing translation which we want to hand out, and alhamdulillah, already we've got fantastic feedback from it. If you're not sure about the efficacy, the effectiveness of this translation, just look it up. Look at the results. Look on Quran.com. I believe Quran.com now puts this as the first translation, and that's amongst all of the great, fantastic other attempts that have been made, but this is the latest one because English obviously evolves, and we need to, have a translation that's up to date. £1 for one Quran, and this one Quran that you donate to could change someone's life. This could be the means by which someone is going to enter paradise. This could be the means by which somebody just totally changes their life and they start off, I don't know, some project to take care of orphans or whatever. All this stuff, all this great, amazing stuff can happen through your donations. And we are how much short? £1,300?
Is there anything coming? It's okay. Let us know if a £100 donation came in.
Oh, subhanAllah.
Allahu Akbar.
We've got 1,000 come through.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Told you this Ummah's rich.
Allahu Akbar. That is amazing, guys.
Mashallah.
SubhanAllah. One
Mashallah.
person, yeah?
Yeah, that's one person.
£1,000, 1,000
The name looks
Qur'ans.
familiar from last year.
Yeah, man, may Allah bless them.
Mashallah.
So many repeat donors, man. There's such inspiration. They just keep coming back to give donations. Just
And you know what?
non-stop.
They have this attitude that I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
Bro,
not-
you know
it's
what?
not-
Even a dunya thing that I'll speak about, like wealth and stuff, yeah? People who are like this, right? You'll always see they're like always rich. They'll always, a brother told me this, yeah? It's people who give heavily all the time. They'll always be driving a good car. They'll always be going on holiday. They'll always have businesses running. They'll always be doing stuff because they continue to give for the sake of Allah, and Allah just keeps returning that. Bro, it's the best business formula ever. Give heavy, get back heavy. Honestly, it'll never fail. The Prophet ﷺ said, charity does not decrease your wealth, right? And look at this, subhanAllah. May Allah bless them, this person, and all the other donors, even the ones who gave £1 in this world and the next. Increase your reward manyfold, wipe away your sins, make this a shade for you on the Day of Judgment. Bro, the charity of a non-Muslim who rejected Allah will lower their punishment in hellfire. Someone who didn't...
And in this life, this is very, very important. Non-Muslims who are like these, what do you call them? Life coaches, gurus, whatever it is. They will say, you want to be rich? I'm trying to put an American accent. You want to be rich? Give in charity, right? Probably not American, right? Probably just some Australian who's slightly drunk. Whatever it is. The fact is, you give charity, you'll get it back. And even people who do not believe in Allah, they can see the effects of Allah's mercy.
And imagine for the believer. Guys, how much do we have left now? £300? Let's finish it off, inshallah. Just check if there's any more donations after that. Maybe there's another 100 or something. So we'll just finish it off now. Bro, I'm happy, man. Alhamdulillah.
You're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
But do you know what? I think this is very important, yeah? Remember before this live stream, you said 5,000. I said, no, that's going to be too short. 15,000. People give what you ask them, right? I honestly, when you think... Sorry? £195. Okay. Honestly, the opportunity that you have before yourself right now.
I bet you there's someone who's going to watch this and know about the rewards, and you know what? They're going to go and give £195 right now. Mark my words. The Muslims are so reward hungry. This is not for us or anyone.
Who did it?
It was the same brother as before.
So alhamdulillah, we've reached the target. We've reached. It's the same brother as well. So we've reached the target. Alhamdulillah, £15,000. Allah Akbar, guys. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. That's amazing.
Now Musa can walk home.
Is Sheikh Green there?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, please bring him in, inshallah, please, yeah.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. You keep muting me. I can't even say Allahu Akbar. I'm like going Allahu Akbar. And it's like, I can't join in. It's not fair. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, what amazing news. So how much have we raised now, mashallah, tabarakallah?
£15,000 plus.
MashaAllah, £15,000 plus. Yeah, Sabur is right, man. You subhanAllah, you set the bar high, mashallah. Whatever you anyway, what can I say? It's just mashallah. May Allah bless all of those people who have donated. It seems to be, is it one brother or one sister who keeps donating over and over, mashallah.
It's amazing.
Someone wants the reward, man. Someone wants the ajr. Alhamdulillah.
Sheikh Green, if you can get quick dua for everybody who's donated today, inshallah.
MashaAllah. What's happened? Like before the camera was like about 1 inch away from him. And now we've got a really nice setup.
Bro, he's competing with us.
I saw this big black space. I thought, oh, there's some flowers over there. Let me grab them. So I need a nice thing like you guys got in the corner here, right? And like a nice green plant. So I'm gonna get something like that as well, inshallah. Hopefully, I'll improve it bit by bit. So yeah, guys. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really truly may Allah bless. Subhanallah, may Allah bless all of those people who have donated. May Allah bless all of those people who made the niyyah to donate. Inshallah, may Allah help you to follow through your niyyah, because I'm sure there's some people who are, they made that intention. They said, I want to donate, I'm going to donate. Inshallah, Allah will help you, inshallah, to fulfill that. But for all of those of you who took the time, phone that hotline, click that link, or went to the website and made that donation, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. May Allah write it in your book of good deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may Allah make the nur and the light of the Quran fill your heart. May Allah make it a means of your guidance in this life and the next, not only for you, but for your kids and for your family as well. Ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the Quran a subhanallah, a means to lighten any sadness that you have in your life, subhanallah, and give you joy and happiness, like it truly is a source of joy and happiness. So subhanallah, inshallah, just as you have paid, you've given money for this Quran and you've donated it, and inshallah people are going to pick up this Quran and subhanallah, like someone was saying, one of the brothers who subhanallah used to work with us, Hamza Patterson, when he read the Quran, picked it up on page whatever it is, 2 Surah Al-Baqarah, and when he read, this is the book, in it is guidance without doubt, the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. Subhanallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you like feelings like that and emotions like that when you read his book, even more strong ones. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Jazakallah khair, brothers and sisters. And, make dua for us in I-Era. Please do make dua for us. All our brothers and sisters, our du'at, our outreach specialists across the world, especially in Malawi and Zambia and South Africa and the Philippines and in South America, subhanallah, Mexico and Colombia and Peru and wherever else we have them, mashallah, many other places as well, of course, the USA and Canada. And there are other places as well, but this is where we have the most of them at the moment. Make dua for them because they are working so hard, brothers and sisters. Subhanallah, sometimes you see what these guys are doing, the efforts they are making, the struggles they are going through. Subhanallah, in Tanzania, subhanallah, they're going to remote villages, even in the rainy season, doing all sorts of crazy stuff just to get out there and get this message, subhanallah, despite these difficult times. So, brothers and sisters, honestly, they need your dua, right? Honestly, they do. It's one of the most important things. Subhanallah. Don't forget them in your prayers. And, keep those donations coming and keep watching us. That's the other thing. Keep watching what we're doing. We're going to be having live appeals, mashallah, every 3 nights, is it, Isa? Okay.
Yep. We're going to basically have at least
3 nights we're having live appeals, and the last 10 nights we'll be having a live appeal on every last night. And every night we're going to be telling you about a different activity that we're doing. So, like, even if you've given your donation and you've exhausted your donation, honestly, please just still tune in just to find out what we're doing. A lot of it is repeated. So you just need to join us for a little bit and you'll get updated. You'll see some, mashallah, you'll see some footage of our brothers and sisters and the work they're doing. And some of our dua will be coming online as well. So it's, if dawah is your thing, brothers and sisters, it's going to be a really exciting, stimulating Ramadan in terms of our live appeals here. So it's not just about appealing for money. It's also about letting you know what we're doing. And obviously, there's so many ways you can support us other than donations. Even if you don't donate, if you can't donate, you can always share, right? Share and get others to watch who can donate. Alhamdulillah, that's something you can do, brothers and sisters. So just help us in whatever way you can. Help us make the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the highest. And once again, may Allah bless you. May Allah guide you, increase you in guidance and goodness. في الدنيا والآخرة, in this life and the next. آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم.
Jazakallah khair for that, Sheikh Green. Really appreciate it. Jazakallah khair, everybody, for donating. Alhamdulillah, it's been amazing. We'll be back, inshallah, in just a few days. We're going to do 3 live appeals now. We're going to do a few in the middle 10 days. And then we're going to be on every odd night, inshallah, in the last 10 nights. Maybe more, maybe less, inshallah. But join us, inshallah. It's going to be really special. We're going to do it from iftar to suhoor, inshallah. And we'll be doing these amazing projects, inshallah, ready to go out in full force as soon as coronavirus is over, inshallah. So there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of people you can meet, inshallah. Stay tuned. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.